Well, ironically, you mentioned he's in Texas, and there are some people in Texas getting ample formula. Tammy Bruce, listen to this. This is Congresswoman Cammack saying illegal immigrants, they have plenty of formula.
He says, Kat, you would not believe the shipment that I just brought in. He has been a Border Patrol agent for 30 years, and he has never seen anything quite like this. He is a grandfather, and he is saying that his own children can't get food, baby formula, for his grandkids. But he, as a Border Patrol agent, just took in pallets of baby formula for all of the illegals that are crossing into the United States. And it is not the children's fault at all. But what is infuriating to me is that this is another example of the America Last agenda that the Biden administration continues to perpetuate.
Wow.
She's right. This is about choices, right? This is not because leprechauns came down and disrupted everything that's happening. Every single thing is about a choice. This mirrors the Afghanistan debacle, where only at the very end, when you had a funnel and you had all of our military and they were get murdered and blown up, and the catastrophe, the missile into the car of the aid worker and his family, choices made because distractions in the White House, because they're not thinking about it, because they've got the news cycle on their mind, because they're worried about the woke agenda and pronouns and controlling the nature of what the rhetoric is against ultra MAGA King Trump. It's insane. So when we see this, we understand that there's been points, as you noted, for quite some time, and everyone's been discussing for a year, the supply chain crisis, the recalls. We saw this beginning. And today he's going to be speaking with manufacturers. That would have been a discussion for last summer when we saw what this would have been. The average person, if you're a mom sitting at home and you look in your refrigerator and you think, oh, I'm running out of this, I need to think about getting this, and you have your list, and you're thinking ahead of time because you can't afford, emotionally or otherwise, to be behind the eight ball. This nation, especially with that border news, I have to say, it appears as though we have been placed deliberately behind the eight ball. No one is out of their target, including children, and it is crushing, because when we would see in the Soviet Union, in Cuba, and in Venezuela, empty shelves, and a friend of mine went to Cuba when Obama opened it up, and she was shocked because she's a liberal, and it was like, the shelves are empty. It was like this wake-up call.
Yeah,
horrible.
David, look at this. I mean, talking about shelves empty, here's another tweet from Kat Cammack. To photo, on one side, you'll see the Ursula Processing Center at the U.S. border. Looks pretty full. There's a whole lot of formula. And then on the other side, it's a shelf from right here at home. And for these parents, there's no alternative. If you can't breastfeed, there's no alternative to formula. You can't give the baby milk. You can't give them food. There's no alternative.